Vikings understood something modern armies still study today. The element of surprise can be more powerful than numbers. That's why Viking raids happen at early dawn. This is when most people are still asleep, and there is enough light to see where you're going. This is also the time where night watch or lookouts are getting sleepy. And they are also an organized force. They would send scouts days and hours before the raid to find landing sites and take note of defenses. The attacking force is divided in warbands, which is based on personal loyalty. This means a warband consists of family members and friends that know each other well, and therefore fought together as a unit. Vikings fought smart as well. Most of them carried arrows and fire volleys before resulting in an all-out brawl. Larger raid parties also formed shield walls with the strongest warriors on the front, while spears and arrows were launched from behind. And they chose targets carefully. They avoided large, fortified settlements and clustered towns where help can arrive fast. They targeted small, isolated communities, and these were often monasteries and churches. These sites held gold, silver, and religious treasures, and they were guarded by monks, not soldiers. The raid on Lindisfarne was recorded by a scholar named Alcuin, who described the horror in letters that spread across Christian Europe. And word of mouth did the rest. The English had learned to fear the Vikings, and so before a Viking ship reached a new coastline, its reputation often arrived first. Speed made this fear possible. A raiding party could appear, strike, and vanish before soldiers could organize a defense. Entire regions felt permanently exposed, never knowing when or where the next raid would happen. That uncertainty was its own kind of psychological warfare. But none of this would have worked without one piece of technology. The longship was the real secret weapon. Built using overlapping wooden planks in a method called clinker construction, it was light, flexible, and fast. Its shallow draft meant it could cross open ocean, then turn and glide up shallow rivers that most other ships could never reach. Vikings could strike deep inland, far from any coastal defense, then vanish back out to sea. Weapons were simple but effective. Axes were common because they were cheap to make and doubled as everyday tools. Swords were more expensive and often passed down as status symbols. Wealthier warriors wore mail shirts, but most fighters relied on thick leather, padded clothing, and round wooden shields reinforced with iron. All of this explains the raids, but one part of Viking warfare remains genuinely mysterious.